Yeah, so welcome to today's Truth Bomb podcast. Did she really say that? And for those that are watching live from our Truth Bomb Academy, because you guys get to see us actually perform our podcast live and interact with us. Yes, we're matching today. We are twinsies and not on purpose. It totally was an accident.
We walked out of our bedrooms and looked just like, really?
That's what we look like? Got it.
Got it.
So one of the things we want to talk about today, and the topic we're talking about, is paying it forward. So we love donating, and part of the core of Truth Bomb Academy has always been to be a charitable contribution. We want to make sure we are continuing to improve the world in which we are living in, and giving back is a core value of this company. So we've gone through, let me just stop right there. So before we dive into what we chose and what we're doing, for those that don't know you, my name is Chef Katrina. I am one of the co-founders here of the Truth Bomb Academy, really working on creating and developing a better way for women to do business. And I'm joined here by my partner in crime,
Heidi Muma.
And she really is the partner in crime. She's the CFO, which means she holds the money. So
that's terrible.
Yeah.
You're calling me a criminal.
Yeah, see,
Yes,
I told you,
fantastic.
partner in crime.
Yeah, I also do the retreats, so I make them really fun because criminals have very creative minds.
Oh Lord, we make that I see how this is gonna go. So this is how the today's podcast is going to roll out. So one of the things that we've been looking honestly for our charities. We've been actually, as we've been building out throughout this year, we've always had an account set aside, and there's always been a percentage that has gone into this account month after month that just is going to be, our ongoing contribution. So we've actually been looking for a really good program to be contributing to. We could have started our own.
We could have, and maybe one day we will.
Maybe one day we will. There's a good, in the future for, I think, building out scholarships. That word's going to slip me up, but scholarships for women and being able to provide business training at the level that we're providing it. I think that's going to be something we're looking forward to. But we've gone through multiple different ideas of what kind of charities we want to go through. I know one of my favorite at the time is Heifer International. I love what they do in terms of building community. They don't just teach people to, they don't sell a glass to drink. They don't just feed them. They teach them how to feed themselves.
Right.
Really develop the agricultural, the animals, ways to generate businesses in these third world countries. And that's been a beautiful thing. And that's always been one on my heart.
Yeah.
Has been Heifer International, but it just didn't feel right yet. There was still something missing there. And then there was one that you were looking at.
There's one that I love to donate to. I've donated to them in the past. It's called King's Ransom. And what I love about them, and there's other projects like this too, but 100% of your donation goes to the project. It doesn't go to overhead. It doesn't go to salaries. There's a whole nother section of the company that takes care of that. But 100% of your donation goes to the project. And they focus on projects that are current in the world economics, what's going on now. They deal with it's ones that are, they have different projects that you can choose from that you want to donate to. Some are here locally in the United States, not locally to Georgia, but locally in the United States, versus they also have ones in other countries. They have specific ones. One that I've contributed to, and I love the ideas, is like building houses for women, for single moms in the country's going to escape me now, of course. Yes. But it's for single moms, and it's building them houses so that they have a safe place to live with their children, because the country has a lot of single moms. Just the way the culture is in the country, and I will get back to you on what. But it also has a lot of the projects with sex trafficking and orphans and water, and also current catastrophes, natural catastrophes that are happening around the world.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different organizations that are out there that I think we've been looking at. It's like, okay, so what else has been out there? Like we were talking about sex trafficking. We know that's a big thing, like supporting more women that are coming out of that, helping them find businesses, jobs, things like that. So we know there's a need for so many different things. And the more we dive into understanding ourselves as a female, Right. And one of the things we talk about really inside the Truth World Academy is the infradian rhythm of a woman,
Yeah.
which is the 28-day cycle that we go through. And it's so interesting as we were digging through information, and it feels like everything kind of gets revealed in its own time. What I found staggering that was brought to my attention is like there are all these great causes out there about supporting women in business, about changing the agriculture, about helping other countries. But then I found something that was kind of close to home, and actually it's really close to home in terms of this information that, or this is going to be shocking for some of you, but did you know that women's sanitary supplies, tampons and pads, things that we need that are necessities, like they allow us to go to school, they allow us to live a full life, they allow us to go to the beach, play in the pools, like it really improves our quality of life. Did you know that majority of that, there's 35 states still represented throughout the United States that tax women's sanitation products as a luxury tax?
Mm-hmm.
That means it's not an essential. They don't deem it an essential for a woman. Yeah, think about that for a minute. There's 35
Mic
states.
drop.
Yeah. Truth bomb. Like, did I really say that? Yeah, I really did say that. There are our states are not aware of what we deal with at a basis for women's and our own safety, our sanity, and for our own well-being. And not only that, another staggering statistic that we discovered was that 2 out of 5 women do not have access and cannot afford to buy products. So there is what they call the period poverty, which is contributing for me to the ongoing issue that we have as women of not being able to get the better paying jobs, ask for money, be in the environments, go to school. Like if you are a teenager and you can't go to school because you have your period, because you can't afford the sanitation products, is staggering to me in this day and age. For everything we've advanced in technology and everything else, we're still leaving women behind. Yeah. And so this was really something I was like, okay, I've been teaching in the high schools, and it breaks my heart that this would be something that would stop women from being able to continue and get their education. So we are just putting it out there. It's called the Period Project, and it's also called the Alliance for Period Supplies. It's to end the period poverty that is plaguing our country. Mm-hmm. And these are women that we have in our own backyards. You just don't know who can't get access to this.
You think about, I mean, a lot of the schools even provide free food for breakfast for kids because families aren't able to afford to feed their kids all the time. And it's like, so if they can't afford to feed their kids, do you think they have the extra money for sanitary products, especially if they're being taxed at a luxury level?
I know, it's ridiculous.
I mean, it's like, so I love this project, and the more I read about it, you know, it's like they're delivering these supplies to the schools. They're delivering them to the homeless shelters. They're delivering them to the areas that are most needed. And so it's like, and so you can monetarily give to this project. You can also volunteer your time and resources to help out to help get those kits to the places that are needed.
Yeah, and this for me, like, this just hits close to home because we talk about all the advancements we're doing as business owners, everything that we have access to, and I know we struggle with a lot of different things inside of our owning our business and having our life. But the one thing that this is such a common, I mean, this is what every woman experiences at some point, right? I mean, we have our menstrual cycle, and it's such a huge part of our lives because it contributes to our hormonal brilliance. It contributes to our thinking, our creativity. It allows us to bring children into the world. And the fact that it's treated as if it's like a non-necessity for us.
I'm like, it happens whether I want it to or not. And it's like, and then when you really understand what it's doing in your body, I think it also takes the stigma off of it.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, it's not something you can control.
Yeah. You can track it. You can find your cycle, right? And we talk about this too inside the academy. We talk about the 4 phases of your cycle that you experience every month, right? Because there's 4 brilliant phases that you go through hormonally as women that if you understood how you cycle through that allows you to really build in your life, your business, your health, your well-being, everything else. And I know we've got our members here inside of Truth Bomb Academy who are just living like, oh my God, they're saying hello. And, you know, they're finding this as shocking as we are, that this is still an issue that our girls, our young girls here in the United States are dealing with. And I know that if they're dealing with it here in the United States, around the world, it's a bigger issue too.
Well, and it's not just our young girls. I mean, the young girls, I think it affects
them going to school.
It affects them going to school. So it affects their education and their future if they can't go to school. So it really does. So it's like, and it's like, imagine being a young girl and this starts happening and it's not anything you can control. And it's like, and you don't have any way to take care of it, to be sanitary, to be clean, to feel clean. And it's like, and as much as girls are going through already, I can't even imagine adding that to their plates.
Yeah.
But it doesn't just affect our young girls.
Nope.
It's for the women of all ages who are still menstruated. And it's like, because they are bringing these to the homeless shelters. In all the different areas that you think of women. So you think of women in the domestic violence shelters and all of this stuff where they are struggling to maintain just any sense of viability. And it's like, and this is considered a luxury item.
Yeah. This is a dignity piece for us women, honestly. It is our dignity and it is our well-being that's being neglected and taxed because they still consider tampons and pads to be a luxury item.
Yeah.
And really the push behind the Period Project and the alliance that we're contributing to is to go to Congress and say that being a woman is not a luxury. Having a monthly flow is not a luxury. This is a necessity. You know what?
I'll take that. Being a woman is a luxury.
It is a luxury.
The monthly flow is a necessity and going to happen regardless. That's not the luxury.
Yeah. And the fact that this is an essential part of our well-being.
Yes.
Right? This is to take care of our well-being. And it doesn't need to be taxed at a higher rate. It needs to have no tax. Just as if there are other products like diapers and formulas that don't get taxed because they're essential.
Food, milk, bread, eggs.
Yeah, food doesn't get taxed. So there is the initiative to get into Congress to pass bills throughout the states, throughout the cities to remove this tax for women. And not only that, we have the ability to provide the sanitary products for women as we go through this week every month. So that we're not out of school, as Hillary has said. We know girls that miss school for the entire week. We know women that miss weeks of work.
Yeah.
An entire week of work because they experienced their period. So it's not just in the school system that affects, but also women that are in jobs that are just getting by and they're trying to put food on the table. Sometimes this will be overlooked. But this is not something to overlook for our health as women.
Yeah.
And that this is no longer okay. So I'm super excited that this is the project that we're backing behind. I would love to, as a company, to raise over $100,000 for this project.
Absolutely.
And to have all these women that join Truth Mom Academy, and especially those that get into Unlocking My Millions and other courses and trainings that we provide. Every dollar you spend, when there is a percentage, every course that you purchase, there's a percentage that goes to this project, and you are helping fund and make a difference in the world for other females. That for many of us, I didn't even think about this until this came across my desk, I guess you could say, that this was such a big need for our women in the United States, was that, hey, we need to have a look at what we are dealing with right now, still in 2024, around being a woman and the stigma we have around our period.
Yeah.
So the goal is to end period poverty, be able to supply women and provide to women the sanitary that they need every single month for their menstrual flow. And not shame it or blame it, but honor it and acknowledge it for the beauty that it is and what it provides for us. So I love what we're doing here as a company, and then we keep moving things forward. I know we've got a retreat that's coming in October.
Woo-hoo! So excited.
Super excited for the retreat.
Excited.
Just helping women reconnect, get back to centered. If you've been building a business but feel like you're not moving forward, this is where we want you to reset and regroup and just relax and let things go and then come back into your life, into your business. Another beautiful thing that we've been working on is working with experts. So we're going to have an Ask the Expert series where we're bringing in different experts in finances, banking, social media, different areas that really allow for women to grow their team, could build more collaboration, and really creates that sustainability to hit those $1 million marks.
Yeah.
And create companies that flourish and last a lifetime.
I like it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you guys, if you want to learn more about what we do here, head over to truthbombmarketing.com. You can see all of our blog posts, articles, things that we're up to. And really, if you want to support us with this period project, you can learn more about that on our website. Also, head over to truthbombmarketing.com. If you're listening to us on our podcast and you have questions around it, or you have comments around what we're doing, or you want to help us, definitely give us a 5-star rating. We love a 5-star. Leave us a review. We always have questions if you're on Spotify. We'd love to get your guys' feedback and input as listeners. And thank you again for joining us here on Truth Bombs Podcast. Did she really say that?
Yes, she did.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm talking about ending period poverty. So let's do it together, ladies. One donation at a time, one course at a time. Together, we can make a difference. So with that, everybody, have a great day. Thanks, Hillary, for joining us and all of our other Truth Bomb Academy members. We'll see you here next week on our podcast. And for those that are listening, enjoy our show. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.